Hello and welcome again. Today, we're back with Joel Freudman to hear about the next chapter in his interesting journey. Joel, last time you told us about engaging in exploration operations, hiring a smart team, and hitting gold at many of the holes you had drilled. So what happened next?
Well, yeah, it's a game of long odds, like you touched on before. So I figured our property has good odds, as good as you can ask for at this stage of exploration. Like you said, the more land we have, the more odds we have, or the more chances we have to really uncover something big. Well, let's go do more work, because that's the natural step. Is we have all this land, it doesn't work itself. You have to go spend money and explore. So, we continue to raise some money, more flow through money, brought in a new shareholder, a new institution into our base as a shareholder, as another flow through fund. And we said, okay, we're going to have to drill these targets because we have, an increasing number of areas on our property that look pretty interesting. So in fall of 2022, we set out on a multi-target drill program, or sorry, I guess it was kind of two targets, but we drilled this area called Jacob's Pond, which Barry and Pierce had discovered. They discovered this whole kind of trend in the north of our property that had very high grade silver, gold, copper at the surface. So we did some drilling over there, significant drill program, a couple thousand meters, and we actually hit high grade copper and high grade silver in the bottom of a few of our holes there. And so this is interesting because we didn't know there was copper or silver at Golden Rose. No one expected it to be there. It was at the bottom of the hole. So, more work is required. We have to do more prep work. There will be more drilling needed there. But we've now shown that there is, in fact, high grade copper and silver on the property, which is, again, totally unexpected. So that's nice to have. And I was incorrect. We didn't do drilling at this Marks Pond. We did channel sampling. So channel sampling is where you clear off the earth on the top, and you kind of get down to the bedrock. So you say, okay, where does the rock really start going deep into the ground? And let's just make some little cuts sideways to see what it's like. Horizontal drilling. Let's make some cuts along this rock to see what's coming up from underneath. So we did this channel sampling at this Marks Pond area, and we got back the results, over the course of the winter break and into early January of, at this point, 2023, but very high grade gold numbers. And at this point, it's not just like little, we're getting 2.5 meters of 20, 30, 40 grams a ton. Sometimes there was one that was a half meter, a meter, 100, 140 grams a ton. Like, even if the numbers don't mean anything to you, which is fine, these are numbers, number one, you never see in nature by themselves. Number two, the vast majority of companies will never see these numbers. So now we're really in a new ball game where, okay, we started with this little property, we built it up, we had the whole team attack it as best we could. Now we have a genuine discovery on our hands that 9 out of 10 companies will probably never see. So now the property is elevated, not only in terms of its value to the market, in terms of marketability, but also in terms of discovery prospectivity. Is we've opened up this new high grade discovery, thanks to our exploration and field team. The project's starting to look really interesting, right? The way I've looked at it, and also why I've continued to stay involved, is we keep seeing smoke. There's more and more smoke. And usually when you get to where there's this much smoke, you have pretty good odds there's fire. There's no guarantees. Certainly exploration is not a game of guarantees, but our odds are getting more and more in our favor. And so you don't know exactly how it will end, but our odds are looking better and better, given we're finding high grade gold, high grade copper and silver up at Jacob's Pond. There's got to be something. You got to think there's got to be something here, because there's so many indicators across the property, and we barely touched most of the surface of the property. So again, when there's that much smoke, usually there's fire. And so this was kind of a really interesting way to cap off 2022, which I would say is kind of like a year of discoveries.